Hi, my name is Brady, uh, and I'm trying to become a Unity developer. So I have no developing experience. I've messed around with Unity a little bit, but I have recently started a Unity development apprenticeship program, and I start school in January with Full Sail University for their Bachelor's of Science in Game Development. And I figured I would take that time and kind of record everything as it's happening. Talk about it on YouTube, of course. I'll probably stream on Twitch as well, and streaming on Twitch will more be personal development because I'm going to work on some projects on the side while working on school stuff. But here I am. This is it. This is the start of my series. I'm going to go through and record and post everything that I'm learning in the apprenticeship program that I'm going through school when I get to that portion, and all the projects that I create for my portfolio. Sorry about that. I'm gonna record and post YouTube videos on YouTube. So this is gonna be the first one. I'm working on a 2D shooter. I just started. The only thing I've done so far is create a player cube. It's very basic. I haven't really done anything, but we're going to go ahead. I figured I would take you through the process so that way if you want to see what I'm doing, maybe you can learn a little bit too, kind of do your own. But who knows? This is it. This is the start. This is the beginning to becoming a Unity developer. Super excited. Like, I can't express how excited I am. It's kind of awesome to me. I don't know. But yep, this is it. All right, so let's go to the project. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention as I'm working through learning and everything, I do have a blog as well. It's Medium at BradySXZ, kind of where I'm just as I hit certain checkpoints, I do post an article so that for a couple of reasons. One, the main reason for myself is so that way I have a reference point to go back to. That way, if I'm forgetting how to do something, I can go back and look at my own notes because it's a way for me to take digital notes. Because if I do it on paper, I'm just gonna lose them. I'll never find them again. Also, a way on my LinkedIn so people can see my progress through the Unity game engine in C Sharp and everything as I'm learning to script and the other stuff I will learn as I um, go through with Full Cell as well. And then, of course, potential employers, if they want to see what I'm doing, so they can see kind of a proof of concept, what I've worked on, what I've done, how I've come to that conclusion, so they have a better understanding of what I am actually able to do. You're more than welcome to go look there. Uh, you know, um, Not everything is there. Most of the stuff I find is important. That's kind of what I will post about that. That's almost daily, if not a couple times a day at least, to where I'm posting there. And then here. So we'll do the project. So let's go ahead and get started and get into Unity. So a couple things that we have here. If you should know what Unity is, obviously if you're here, you're probably either you're started, or you're just curious what I'm doing. So main screen here, I have Unity itself. I did change the layout. I moved some things around just because I feel like this works a lot better than the default layout. In the bottom left, I have my command line interface. Bottom center, I have the my script, my Visual Studio. Sorry for my script writing and everything. And then I have, of course, added the player. Everything's basic right now. I changed the ratio as well. It's all basic right now because I'm going to get started. So the first thing I'm going to, kind of do on is work on the starting player position. So let's see. So we need to start. It's a good safe practice. I'm working this project myself. No one else is working on it. So there's no way that someone's going to upload some code or make an edit to the project that I won't have, but I like to do it just to have good practice to pull from my repository every time I start. So you need to go to the folder where it's in first, change directory, UNI tab, projects. I forget what the name of this one is. What is this 2D shooter? Okay. Enter, and then so I'm here. This would be it's git pull origin main. That way I have the most up-to-date packet that was on my within my Git repository. Again, I'm the only person working on this, so of course I'm going to have it. But you might be working on projects with multiple people at some point. Ideally, if you make a career of it, so it's always good to have that practice to always pull that from the beginning, so you have the most up-to-date stuff as well. Um, That's just what I'm doing. I'm doing it just so that I get a habit of it. That way, when I do eventually move in, hopefully start in an actual professional workspace, that I have that. I have that. I'm used to doing it. That way I can keep doing moving forward. So I have that from the repository, and then like I said, now we're going to do player movement. So I'm going to work in the scripts. I've already created the player scripts itself, but as you can see in it, it's empty. So I haven't written anything in it. This is just what came up immediately starting. So for this, what I'm trying to do is when the game starts, I want the player icon to go to a zero position. So like I'm setting a starting position. So for me right now, I'm going to do position X, Y, and Z, which we have. You see right here. Yeah, there you can see it. Right now it's -2. Like if I put it at a 0, it will, oopsies, it'll center it, and that's what I want. I want the player to start here when the game starts, not in a different position where the X, Y, and the Z things are in different spots. So to do that, I'm going to do that in the void start. So these two areas, all my code that I'm going to write, all my scripts for void start happen when the game starts. And if I put void update, it's on a continual loop. So I think it's 60 frames every 60 frames a second. Either way, it's something that's continual. That's where I'm going to put like my player movement. Like if I hit W, like what does that mean? Type of thing. So right now, normally you don't have to put notes. Again, since I am learning and I want to refer back to everything, I will be putting notes in for everything that I do. That way I can reference it. So I'm going to take the current position, right? And I'm going to make that equal a new position. And like I said, I'm going to do uh, all zeros. Close. Now, these this is not going to do anything in code. If it has this marker here, nothing's going to happen. It's just something that saves here, but it doesn't actually affect on the game values that I'm doing. So I'm going to put that there, and then now this is where I'm going to write my first script. Now, as I type, you will see that I put in TRA because I'm going to do transform, and it kind of recognized it. So if I hit tab, it'll take it. If I do another one, now again, we want to do the position, which is up here. We're worried about the starting position. So I'll do position, tab, and then it's already kind of giving me the things, right? It's giving me what it should be, right? What I want to do, vector 3, 0, but I'm going to write it a little different. So equals, I keep doing it, equals new vector 3, and it's already given me the parentheses, so I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to write the actual thing in there, and then I'm going to close parentheses. And then that should be, oh, sorry, semicolon. And that's it. Control S to save. And then now when I click back in my game, it's going to load and accept that. And then now when I hit play, actually, I'm sorry, I need to attach the script. Now I can just drag and drop it over the player here to drop it, or I can attach it over here. Let's do it over the player. And then now when I hit play, now the script's there. When I hit play, we'll see that's not there. Hit play, boom, the player goes to center. So that's what I wanted it to do. That was the idea of it, and it works. So that's good there. All right, so now that we have the player start position, we need to now do movement. We need to be able to move, like I mentioned before, left to right and up and down. So in Unity, if we go to Edit and go to Project Settings, uh, it'll bring up the project settings thing. I already had it open, sorry. And if you click on Input Manager in Open Access, we can see that there are 18 different inputs that are already mapped out here. Now we need a horizontal and a vertical movement, which is going to correlate with the left and right, or A and D, or up and down, and W and S. So we can use that. The names here are important. Horizontal and vertical, we need to know what they're called because we're going to have to reference that within our script. So if we go in our script, we are going to type that. Now this isn't a start, this is going to be an update. So again, the start's going to be once the game starts, and then the update is going to be actually within on a loop. So every second it goes through 60 frames, and it's going to check in the order in which we put these if it's getting those in and ideally pushing out the same information. Um, so we're going to type those variables in. We need to do one for horizontal input and one for the vertical input. So we're going to do a float horizontal input. We'll do that one first. Horizontal input. Sorry, I haven't typed in a while, so my typing a little bit is a little slower. Equals, and we'll do input dot get axis, and then what that axis is going to be. So we're doing horizontal. It's going to be what it was called inside this. So for horizontal, to be it's called horizontal. So copy that, and then I can either paste it in there or I can type it in. I'll just paste it. We'll close it with a semicolon. Oops, sorry, I gotta. This has got to be in parentheses. That is definitely important. Semicolon. Now we're gonna do another one. This one's gonna be for the vertical. You could copy and paste, right? But it's important that when you are learning get access, that you want as much practice as you can get. So if you copy and paste, it'll be faster, but like I said, you want that practice. So there we go. So I won't be doing that. So vertical get access input for horizontal and vertical. So it's referencing an input. It's getting the axis, which is what Unity is calling it, the axis, and then we are designating which axis that we want to get. So the input that we put is referencing the axis inside Unity, and then we are, you know, um, going down to what axis it is we want to actually look at. Okay, so there are no right or wrong ways to um, write your script as long as it works, but there, of course, is more optimized ways. Now we could do um, in our script, we could do because we're going to do transform.translate. Now we could do two of them, one for the horizontal, one for the vertical, or we can do one for the horizontal and the vertical combined, or we can do one that has to do with direction, where it's split, where it goes over each axis and what those axis means, and then um, the translate, where we're going to do the variable where it's taking that direction times the speed and then the current time. So we're going to do the latter. So for that, um, let's go ahead and start with that. Vector 3. So again, vector 3 is what we're going to do because we need to worry about the positioning, the X, Y, and Z. So all three different things. Vector 3 direction equals, we're going to do a new vector 3 parentheses. And now what we're going to do is, now this is X, Y, and Z, but since we want to give it values that we have already put instead of numbers, actually, we're going to go ahead and put what we do. Now, I see the stuff I put there already, horizontal input, vertical input. The only addition that I need to do, so I was able to press tab because it recognized what was going on. The only addition I was to do is do a 0 for the z-axis because I'm not, I'm just going left and right or up and down. So we got that. So that is saying the direction, it's saying it's the new direction for those different vectors. And then now we're going to do a transform translate. So this is going to actually translate it in the game and letting it know what is going on. Transform translate. That's weird. I should have done that. Direction. Now we're taking the direction times the speed. Well, actually, did we set the speed? We forgot to set the speed. Um, yep, we forgot to set the speed. All right. I'm just going to finish this, and then we'll set the speed. So I would take a direction times speed, and then times. Sorry. It's actually right there. Time.delta.time. So this is the real time input that's going to the game. So we put that. Ooh, actually, I didn't want all of this. There we go. It's because we haven't actually set something, so it didn't recognize what was going on. So now let's go set the speed. Yeah, actually, I am going to make it a serialized field. I want to make it private. I don't want anything else to mess with this, so I'm going to do a private float. And then I actually going to do an underscore speed. So anything that's going to be private, ideally you would do an underscore prior to. That way, when people are reviewing it later on, they can see it's private. And then we're going to set it to, we'll do 3.5. Which means though, since I did a private, let's go ahead and enter, get that thing out of the way. Since I did a private, and then I did an underscore, I need to go down here and change this. Underscore. And then did I capitalize it up here? I didn't, so I also need to change that. It's case sensitive, so it's very important. All right, so I'm going to do a Control S, going to save it. We're going to go back to the game. It should load, hopefully nothing screwed up. Console error, boop. Transform does not exist in current context. Transform, it's because I spelled it wrong. There we go. Let's do that again. Control S. There we go. Now it's loading it. We go to the game. Now, if we hit play, it'll take us back to 0 like it's supposed to. And then it should be reading left and right. Nope, it's not. Let's figure that out. Okay, so a part of code is being able to spell, which I am not the best at. So vertical, let's do this. Vertical, see vertical, vertical, and then that should be it, I believe. Let's do Control S. Let's see. Hopefully that works. Let's go hit play. And now I have movement. There you go. See, now I have movement with my WASD keys. And then now if I use my arrows, same thing. So you can see my speed. I don't like that speed, but because I uh, put it in my code, let's pause this. I should have the ability to change that speed. So let's make that a 5. And let's see what happens if that makes me go faster. Player. Let's make that a 10. There we go. Look how much faster I am. Now imagine me side scrolling. So that's movement. And that's everything. So it's good. So got a player start position. Use my code. Here we put in a variable for speed. Player start position, and then I did the stuff that you can't see my mouse. I gotta fix that. Well, there you go. So we did that, and then now we can move. Now we can move our character from left to right, up and back on the game. So that's good. Those are important things. All that with the code. So that's good. The only thing we need to do, I should probably do it now, right? We need to, of course, save within the game Control S, but we also need to send everything back to our repository. We need to commit what we just did so that we can save it to our repository so that way no matter what happens, it's still there. My computer crashes, all that stuff is there. So let's see. Let's look at git status. And we can see what's in red hasn't been added. What is currently not in the repository and is on my computer alone. And I only have main, so I don't need to switch to a different directory. Or a different branch, sorry. So we'll do git add space period. Now that's going to add everything that we just did there. Git commit -m for a message, and then we're going to type in a message. Added player start and simple movement. close parentheses, and then enter, and it creates the commit. Get status again. Now we can see. Oh, that's all there. Now we got to push it. Um, I believe that's git push origin main. There we go. All right, and now if I open my Git repository, let's bring this out and pull it on the screen so we can see it. I have 4 commits. Once I refresh, I should see the latest one. So added player start and simple movement. So we went ahead and added that. So that's it. That's start to finish, kind of working on a simple thing. Um, and that's all I'm gonna do for this video. Next video, I'll work on some other stuff. It's gonna be very basic for a bit without art because I kind of want to show you the bare bones of everything. Adding art, of course, is the fun part. The animations and putting like an actual ship there or a background and stuff. That stuff's fun. But the basics are very important. So that's kind of what we're gonna work through first. So that's it. That's everything here so far. If you watch this, I just want to take the time to thank you for watching. Again, this isn't instructional. I'm just kind of going over what I'm learning to create a video format for it while I'm working on this project in my portfolio. So you can see me kind of as my skills develop and get better. Hopefully, you'd be able to see the progression, so I can see the progression later on. So I can show my children, whoever. I just want to record it, save it. Um, while I go on this journey. I just want this to be here. So again, non-instructional. Of course, if you have any questions about what I'm doing and it's helpful, I'm happy to answer those questions. My format will get better. I haven't recorded videos in a long time, so I'm a little sloppy in front of the camera. And then again, I'm newer with code. My typing skills aren't as good as they used to be. My word per minute is down a lot. And that's all going to come back. So these videos will get faster. My thing my speed will increase. Everything will get better. And I'll add artwork, of course, all that kind of stuff. So it's good. Thank you for coming, for watching again. Um, I'm happy. I'm excited. And then, I'll see you in the next one. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. Send me a message, email, bradysxz@gmail.com. You know, I'm happy. All right, thanks. Bye.